Hi, this is Paul. Welcome on the 18th video tutorial. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to my channel right now and give like if you will see the video helpful for you. Today I will talk just about the monitor section. You can imagine the monitor section like master monitoring, giving you overview about the whole generation. So there is a master switch, you can switch it on and off. So we put it on right now, and then the first parameter is number of cycles. The number of cycles is updated here, and there is a number of cycles in millions. So when it reaches 1 million, there will be number 1, and here it will count from 0. So you can have, for example, 1,010,000 cycles from the beginning of the generation. Then the second parameter is current speed. It is the speed you are having right now at this moment, so it is the immediate speed. The speed is then printed here. Then you have the average speed. The average speed is calculated from the beginning of the generation, and it is in cycles per second. Also here it is in cycles per second, and this is the average. Then we have the time, or I can call it duration. So the time is measured again from the beginning of the generation, and here you have printed days, hours, minutes and seconds. If you use the pause like I did right now, then it is not considered in the calculation, so it will not increase your time of generation. So every pauses are not counted into the calculation of the time and average speed. Then here is autosave, and please remember the autosave is not part of the monitor section. So when I switch it off, the master switch, then it will not influence the autosave. The autosave is completely independent, and it is also described on one of the previous tutorial, save and autosave. So that's what we have here. Then there are two functions, pause and record. These two will be explained in the single individual tutorials separately, even they are part of the monitoring section. Now I will run the gene that you see all is working now, and let me describe where you will find the values. So for the speed, we have also the speed meter graph, where the upper one is the current immediate speed and the lower one correspond to the average speed. Then we have, for the pulse, we have following graph here that we can hide also, and for record we have the graph here. The pulse and record will be described in the separate tutorials. The speed meter you can hide as well, so it's hidden right here. As it's the record is a little bit making difficult to switch off this, so then it's good to pause or switch off the record to change other settings quickly. And now I will show how to handle with all these parameters. So when we have the counter, you can change here how often the value will be updated. So it can be updated every time, every 1 cycle, so you see the number is changing, but it's not recommended as it slows the whole generation. Or the maximum value that it's updated after every 100,000 cycles. Then the speed you can change from 1,000 cycles, so after every 1,000 cycles the speed is changed, or to 100,000. I also recommend to make it higher. The same is valid for average speed. Then for the time, you see it's changed now every 1000 cycles. So these 4 parameters, we can change how often these parameters will be updated, and I recommend to have the higher values here. Then there is the pulse. It's updated every time, and only one handle is here that you can change the parameter from where it will change the values, which will be described in the separate tutorial. So you see it's coming from 1 to 4, it can go from 2 to 4, from 3 to 4, or finally from 4. It has more sense when you are using some filter setting. Then the record is right here, and again the pulse is represented by the blue line, and here we can change how deeply the pulse will be shown. So I will change it. It's going now from 1 to maximum value. It can go from 2, from 3, from 4, but to understand it there will be, as I said, a separate tutorial. Just here you see how you can handle it. Then you can change which parameters will be recorded. There is all parameters are recorded in the option 1. In the option 2 are recorded only results, and you see, so the pulse is not recorded, only results and the printed results. And finally, so I can show if I'll change the gate setting. The gate setting is not part of the record, it's separate thing that is relevant to results. And the gate, there is a tutorial for the gate and results, one of the previous tutorials, so you can watch it to understand the gate. So the gate is here and the value is here, but it has nothing to do with the master monitoring. So when I switch it off, the gate is still functional and new results are printed. So when I switch it off, then these are 4 and these 2 are off as well. So I switch it on, the master monitoring. Now it's again running. So I change the gate that it will print also. You see these triangles, the red triangles are the printed results, and there are more of them. And the third option is that only printed results are shown and recorded in the record graph right here. So let's little bit wait to see that. The final button is the reset, that you can start the recording from 0. Just a little bit wait, it takes some small time. When it's filled the memory in and it is possible to be printed. Maybe I will switch off and you see now here only the printed results are recorded and shown in the graph, like you see here. So when you switch it off, you don't need to be afraid to switch it off completely, and you can switch it on in the middle or just before the end of the generation, and you will not lose the information about how long it took to generate the results or how many cycles it meant to get the whole generation. So you can just switch it on before the end to see all the master and overview values. So that's all about the monitor section. If you missed something, just replay it. And if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel right now. and give like if you saw the tutorial helpful for you. Thank you for watching and your attention. Provide your feedback, comments, and join us on the Facebook page, groups, follow the links in the description, and see you next time on the 19th video tutorial about the pulse function, that is the part of the monitor section. So stay tuned and have a good time.